One of the most fulfilling and rewarding endeavors a person can be involved in is the work of God. The Creator had a purpose in mind for us from our birth. God spoke to Jeremiah and said, "Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nation." He arrived into the world with a preordained purpose. We like to use the word calling. While he was being formed in the womb, he began his journey toward fulfilling this calling. While driving through the north of Chile, I passed a graveyard. I stopped and walked through this cemetery, began looking at the graves, looking at the markers. And I remember thinking, and as I do every time I go to a cemetery, I remember thinking, there's one we missed. There was an opportunity to share Jesus with this person, and we missed it. We didn't get there in time. Born in every person is a deep-seated desire to complete a God-given appointment, whatever it may be. Whether that task is to be a missionary, a pastor in the States, or some other endeavor, the most important thing is to find it and complete it. There isn't one thing that's more important than the other. God knows what's needed and adds to the work the things that are needed. The church was birthed with a divine assignment as well. That assignment was really very simple. Jesus said, "Go ye and teach." Then immediately before he ascended, again he said, "Go, receive power, and be witnesses." This command involved places both nearby and abroad. The early church did exactly that. They didn't allow everyday pressures and challenges or attacks against them to deter them from completing the mandate given them by Jesus. The command, this mandate, is still the heartbeat of Jesus. Let me say thank you for everything you do for missions, whether it be as a monthly partner, participating in fundraising for She's for Christ or for Mother's Memorial, or, most importantly, praying for us. We appreciate you allowing us to be here with you tonight. Your time invested in this service is not something that we take lightly. It's our desire that you be blessed and challenged in this service tonight. Global missions really is a team effort. From the missionary on the field, to the home office staff, to the monthly partners that give so faithfully. Thank you, young people, for providing every missionary with a comfortable, dependable vehicle through She's for Christ. Our Hyundai Trajet was such a blessing to us and to the work. We were able to transport everything from people to earthquake relief supplies to our large tent where many people have received the Holy Ghost. We couldn't have done it without our She's for Christ vehicle. Thank you, ladies, for your Mother's Memorial offering that purchased a modern washer, dryer, refrigerator, and stove for my wife and I. Your love, work, and generosity have made our lives so much easier. God bless you for your efforts. Thanks to God and the faithfulness of our wonderful partners, we've seen God do some awesome things. Recently, a young boy in Vallenar was bitten by a spider in the brown recluse family. The doctors said there was nothing they could do and sent him home. He was prayed for by his pastor. The next day, he was outside playing and doing fine. A young man came to be baptized in Hierbas Buenas, a brand new location where we've been having services recently. As he entered the water, he told the pastor, "You'll have to help me. I'm blind." He came out of the water completely healed. God is still making the blind see and the deaf hear. The son of one of our national board members was deaf in one ear. He was prayed for at our national conference last year. God instantly opened his deaf ear. A young boy, about a year and a half old, had been on oxygen all his life. Brother Tony Suarez from Virginia prayed for him. They removed the oxygen, and he continued to breathe normally and has never had to use the oxygen since. Sister Marta, the wife of one of our pastors, had been in failing health for several months. As I watched her decline, I remember thinking, if God doesn't touch her, she won't be with us much longer. However, at this same meeting, fellow missionary Shane Hayes felt impressed to anoint a handkerchief for her, which we did. Before they entered the house, Sister Marta began to speak in tongues and worship. When they placed the cloth on her body, the power of God moved on her and completely healed her. God really is a healer. We have seen several new churches started since arriving in Chile. Just in the last few months before leaving for the United States for deputation, we've seen 5 new churches started in the Santiago area alone. One of these churches was started as a result of our Bible school. The director of our Bible school, Brother Pablo Rios, decided to put theory into practice. It took a group of students to an area of Santiago where there was no church. He and these young people began to evangelize the area and hold services. As a result, we have a new church being overseen by a Bible school student. It's really exciting to see these students putting into practice what they've been taught. This also illustrates the importance of training and the importance of the Bible school in the work in Chile. Jesus said, "Go ye therefore and teach." In obedience to this command, we have traveled up and down the length of Chile, conducting seminars and teaching. The importance of teaching cannot be overemphasized. Jesus said, "Go and teach," and then baptize, and then teach some more. How does one adequately share a burden, a calling? It's something that I feel every day. It's something that follows me everywhere I go. I love to talk about the natural beauty of Chile, its majestic mountains, deserts, its miles of beautiful coastline. I love to talk about the glaciers and the towering Torres del Paine in the south. But that's not why I'm there. I'm here to share with you a burden and the spiritual need of over 6 million people who need to hear this message. I wish you could go with me to Cerro San Cristobal, a large hill located in the center of Santiago. To me, this place is the most inspiring place in all of Chile. At the top, there is a huge statue of Mary, a church, and an amphitheater. However, none of these things is what makes Cerro San Cristobal so special to me. From this height, you can see nearly all of Santiago, with its 6 million people. Every time I go there, I hear this country calling to me. I hesitate to use this wording for fear of sounding melodramatic. Then I remember, I'm here to share a burden. I wish I could take you there. I'm sure you'd hear the same thing that I hear. The cry of 16 million souls saying, "Will someone please show me the way? I'm lost and don't know where to start. I want something more. I need something that will lift me out of this miry pit to solid ground." I wish you could ride the subway with me and see literally hundreds of people packed into a train. Again, if you'll stay quiet and listen, you'll hear the same cry. Why is my life so empty? Surely there's more to it than riding this train every day to a job that has no meaning and living a life that has no peace. My prayer for this service tonight is that you too will hear the cry of the wonderful people of Chile. We will go. Will you help us go? If you're not currently partnering with us, please consider including Chile in your missions giving. If you're already supporting us on a monthly basis, please prayerfully consider an increase in your commitment. If you cannot become a monthly partner at this time, there's still one thing, the most important thing you can do. Please pray for the 16 million souls of Chile. They deserve to hear this message.